Brand voices are one of the most powerful things in AI writing. A good brand voice will make your copy clear, concise, consistent, and on brand with everything you write. And it helps you use language that better connects with your audience, which in the end is going to drive more engagement and more sales. Over the last couple years, I've been collecting a bunch of brand voices, and I'm going to share some of them with you today and the different ways that you can use them to make your content better and more consistent. There are three main ways we'll use brand voices. One is for writing styles. This is the most typical way to use a brand voice, whether it's a writing style to engage your community like this brand voice we built right here, or if it's to announce a new product, or if it's to stir up a lot of emotions and sound really disruptive. Another way to use brand voices is create them for specific target audiences. So for example, if your business has three distinct different audiences that you speak to differently with different emails, you can create a separate brand voice for each audience so you can quickly create more targeted emails. Lastly, you can also use brand voices for specific channels. So whether it's writing a tweet or a promotional email, you can use a brand voice that writes in the exact same format every single time. So for example, this is the format I want to use for a certain type of product announcement over email. And you can see here, I've instructed always use a headline and then intro and then value prop, 3 benefits, and then a closing statement. So you can even put word counts in here. This is the level of detail you can go to with brand voices. For example, here I've got words to avoid and then even real world inspiration. So I've got quotes from different ads that I love. So it knows exactly how to write in a style that I like. So it gets a really good idea of what I'm going for. So to create your brand voice, it's pretty simple. Just click Add Brand Voice, and then you're going to want to copy and paste an example or two of content you like to use as inspiration. So here I'm going to highlight this, just even the intro of it as an example, and then I'm just going to paste it here, and then click Extract Style. And here we go. It's giving me our brand voice. And from here, I can go and tweak it. I can add things. I can add information about our business. And then when I'm happy with that, I just name the voice, brand voice 1, and then just hit save. So it's as simple as that. And then we've got a new brand voice we can start using. Now let's test out writing some content with some of these different brand voices. So I'm going to go to new content and let's just start a new chat and write a short article about how I learned to ice climb in the Canadian Rockies. So let's select one of our brand voices here. Let's select Visionary Creator and hit enter and see what it comes up with. Cool. So now it's writing exactly in the style that I've asked it to, which is great. But now let's try rewriting this in a different brand voice. So all we have to do is go back here, select our other brand voice. Let's try Creative Ad Copywriter. This gets some cool results. And here it gives me something a lot different. Now say I want to try something else. Let's try our Copywriter brand voice. And then I just click Generate Variant again. And again, something much different again. So you can play around with this and then just continue refining your brand voices to create more content in the exact style that you like. Another way to use brand voices is to repurpose content for different audiences. So here, let's take this welcome email for a fitness studio. And let's take this content here, put it into chat. And what we can do here is say we have 2 or 3 different types of customers that we want to send this welcome email to and have each of them receive something more personalized and custom to them. What we can do is have a brand voice designed for those different audiences, and we can quickly throw the copy in here and write a different version for that audience. So every email you send is just a little bit more targeted. Another way to do this is actually just using our brand context. So you could do something like rewrite this email for this audience. And then using the hashtag key, we can pull in an audience that says here, this is women in their 30s who suffer from lower back pain. And then we can use this brand voice with this audience. And let's click enter. And there we go. And it's going to speak to the pain points that this audience specifically has. Another way we can use brand voices is for specific frameworks and formats we want our emails to follow. So for example, here, I'm going to use my product announcement format. And this will allow me to create an email that follows a specific format every single time. And this format is overarching introduction, and then value proposition with 3 main points, and then call to action. So it follows this every time. And if I have a certain template or style that I always want my emails to follow, this is a great way to keep it consistent. And then again, I can just throw in a different target audience here and rewrite this email for all my different audiences. So I have multiple variations that are just more targeted and going to create more engagement. Lastly, you can also use brand voices when writing directly in your document. So for example, I can even say, write a tweet about how sleep is important for business success. I can highlight this and just select the brand voice I want right here. And here we go. I've got a few options for tweets. This is great for just writing content on the spot here, or if you've got an entire email and you want to highlight certain sections of it to change the style and tone or format of that specific section.